Alright guys, Hatchcraft again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. The second $25,000 Zuma tournament goes down last night. This time the result was maybe rather more predictable. One of the Optic FaZe super teams comes out on top, probably on paper, the better one, it's gotta be said. This team, if it formed, could all be the best team in the world straight up. But so many other storylines as well. Another Drazah versus Scrappy Grand Finals, and Crimsix making it all the way back to the Grand Finals here on his return on some level as a competitive player. What does that mean for the future here in Black Ops 6? Very much intrigued to your thoughts as ever in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. First of all, I thought this is interesting. Yesterday we discussed the Vancouver Surge announcement video, right? And I was saying, look, phenomenal video. Everything was spectacular. But what did it cost? You know, does it make sense economically for the organizations to put money into these announcement videos? If you can do so for less than 300 grand, then sure. And Vanessa says that, yeah, it cost them about basically less than 5k to make this happen. So I thought that was kind of cool. I feel like a 5k it actually makes a reasonable bit of sense, especially when the players are getting paid a decent amount more than that on certainly an annual basis. Making something cool for the announcement to hype up the fans for that kind of price pool, I certainly get it. So I think the team did a great job, to be fair, to put it together for that type of number. And I'm not trying to discourage teams from doing so, because I think it's better if teams do cool announcements. But sometimes I always wonder where the economics work, especially because we know nowadays in esports it's not easy to make all that much money. I just remember this because I thought it was funny, right? This is when Envy Valorant became Optic Valorant back in 2022. And the announcement video for it was simply this. They did a 10-second video where the lights flickered on to a picture of, Hex and the, as it was at the time, the Optic Valorant team. So, yeah, it's like some teams will take this approach when money might be tight. Other teams will take a different approach. But, obviously, ideally, we want the teams to be able to support and invest in cool content. But, some organizations can, some organizations can't. That is how it is. Now, let's talk about this Flank Invitational number 2, because 25k was set up a couple of days ago. Scrappy won that one, and he was back at the Grand Finals again, and this one with a team that you wouldn't necessarily have expected to get there on paper. These were the Invitational teams. This Attached team did pretty well as well. Attached, Kremp, Nasty, and Hixie. There was another storyline that I kind of neglected to mention yesterday, because I kind of didn't even really notice it, but that was Sib versus his old duo, right? So we know that Sib had drama with specifically Skies and Kiz, we think. Obviously, there was also Hydra on the team, but I think of all of the guys on the roster, he probably got on better with Paco than he did with the other two. We know that there was big drama after the season when Sib then departs. Well, they kicked him, seemingly, as a restricted free agent, but then Sib bit back effectively. Once Hydra had decided that he was going to go to Thieves, that then left Cloud9 with the decision to make. Do we keep Sib or do we keep Skies and Kiz? They seemingly chose Sib over those other two, and Sib chose them to go on some level. So they then, of course, classic how it works, isn't it, got Drew to play with each other on the same roster for this tournament, right? To Skies, Kiz, and Sib back in it again. Look, they've played together not long ago, so that could on paper be an advantage. It's basically last year's Subliners team, but with Mac instead of Hydra on the roster. Now, of course, that's a bit of a downgrade on paper, no disrespect to Mac, but just for the role that he's trying to run, it's not exactly optimal. But look, Sib with those guys, interesting to say the very least that that's how things ended up turning out. And also Geo, Estriel, Awakening, and Purge, they did maybe a little bit better than expected as well. So we'll get into that here over the coming minutes as ever. But the big name teams, if you guys didn't see this, were both of the Optic FaZe duos. Dashy, Shotzi, Drazah, and Simp. And then, of course, the other side of it, which is a BZ Pred, Kenny, and then Celium. Now, this team was maybe not taking it 100% seriously, and I'll show you guys what I mean on that in a second. But, well, some of the teams certainly were taking it seriously when there's money on the line. We know that Celium and Pred, they have obviously had their GTA RP days where they'll impersonate each other, and given they got drafted onto the same team, they thought, all right, let me run that by the team, and then we're going to basically do that. So I've got loads of clips to share for you guys here in a couple of seconds. This was a very funny one where Pred was impersonating Cell and then decided to impersonate his gameplay style as well. Snake and Superhard still gets guns, probably deserved. But yeah, there were some good moments coming out of this that I'll share for you guys in a second. Of course, the Optic FaZe duo, though, that is the team that on paper was the team to beat for sure. Like the Drazah and obviously Drazah, Simp, Dashy, and Shotzi disgusting team on paper. Like, that team was actually put together, especially because of the chemistry that those guys kind of have. Simp and Shotzzy as well as an SMG duo. I mean, you know, like Shotzzy and Pred is great. Simp and aBeZy is great. But Simp and Shotzzy would also be like absolutely unbelievable, especially Shotzzy at this game. It just seems to me that Shotzzy's going to be an absolute demon on this title. Like, he's already my, like, maybe player to watch for MVP this year. And he's still using the AR. That's the thing. It's like, even with the meta changes, the Jackal is a bit more viable now. But even Shotzzy's still here using the, well, the AMES, which is now the gun to go for. There was a lot of talk about GAs yesterday. We'll get into that later on today. Dashy, though, 1 versus 3 clutch. Finds himself in a 1v3 here on Volt. Gets the first kill. The second guy doesn't challenge him, but with 13 seconds on the clock, difficult one to win this round when you've got to defuse the bomb as well. But Dashy slides again in some of the Boston guys, somehow catches them off guard. I don't know what they were cooking, to be honest. And Dashy ends up getting the defuse, brings the I think they brought the comeback on this as well after this 1v3. So hugely influential, actually, in the context of the tournament. There was also a 1v4 yesterday. I will say this is one thing on Black Ops 6. We are getting some world stars. It's not just because of the way the game is designed, but, well, it is partially due to the way the game is designed, right? I don't know if it's like play styles, but it's also movement. I think my point was, it's not just movement, it's also the other factors of the game that make it possible for, you know, 1v4s are happening, people are getting turned on left, right, and center. There were some crazy moments. This, by the way, is a trademark inside clutch. I mean, this guy is hard aimed, and, you know, there isn't any more inside clutches that you can have than this. When he reads the final guy, obviously the first couple of kills, he's literally just sitting in this spot on the back of the map, gets 1, gets 2, and then of course he gets the 3rd. Like, this is just an insight play. But does he win the round? Is he known for being great clutch in Search and Destroy? Absolutely, right. So a fair few clips to share like this in a second. But in the end, Crimsix's team, he was subbing in for Envoy this tournament, made it all the way to the grand finals with Insight and CleanX and Scrappy, so pretty similar to what Toronto has been. And then of course Crim coming in instead. So the chemistry that those boys had obviously would have helped, but still, Crim coming in, making the finals. But once they made the finals, there was only going to be one winner.
On my stream.
Hey, you want a Bruce POV? Somebody said Bruce POV.
Who are you, bro? David Goggins.
Oh!
He just got hit with the zipper.
He just got hit. Oh!
He had, you don't even know he got him.
No.
You can hear
You are fucking ass. You Afro, bitch. Keep running. Keep running. Play your life, pussy. Play your life.
I'm staying alive. I'm holding smoke. I got time. You can go. I only have 1 KD right now. I need to stay alive.
Oh my god, your KD's negative. Hey, apply some pressure.
I am fucking dead.
Say it, easy. Come on. Oh my god, you are fucking ass, you Afro. You Afro, bitch. You are ass.
Fucking tears, bro. Holy shit, bro.
Oh my god, Afro, you are fucking ass. Yo, Afro, you are fucking ass.
Oh my god.
Afro, you are fucking ass. Oh my god, look at me laying down. Oh, one more.
aBeZy wants to park me. aBeZy, oh my god, he's so fucking good, man. One time.
Yo.
Oh my god. aBeZy, what's up?
I'm not getting killed the rest of the day.
Dead.
Oh,
Lay down. I'm laying down. The beach. I'll get you, man.
Iron this?
Maybe.
I'll see shit out of it. How do we close off?
People there challenging. This was tag still.
We're close off. Leah's gonna play palm probably.
You want me in the backside bomb, I think.
Oh my god, get fucking shit right.
Let's go. That was actually fucking easy, bro.
Yo, I showed a bunch of score, by the way. He might fucking have a hellstorm, I'm not gonna lie. In the hole.
He's there side. There's someone?
Urge, absolute.
On the other side. Watch out.
Two on bomb.
Yeah, I
Went in too.
I'm right.
Iron this?
Maybe.
I'll see shit out her, dude.
How
do we close off?
People there challenging. This was tag still.
We're close off. Leah's gonna play palm probably.
You want me in the backside bomb, I think.
Oh my god, get fucking shit right in.
Let's go. That was actually fucking huge, bro.
Wow.
Yo, I showed a bunch.
Hey, what's
Watch out.
Take one right, watch out.
I'm trying up here, right?
Nice, 3. I'm bleeding aggro mid. I'm bleeding aggro mid.
I have no.
Alright, I've right cross.
I've all mid.
We got spike through. Crap. There's 2 plank through. They're both on feet. There's 3 plank through. There's 3 plank through.
Right, front door. Yeah, nice try.
Alright, let's go left.
Yeah,
Let's go left. We got him.
Okay, they spawned the back.
After on the
They might spawn the
Yeah,
back.
back.
Yeah, they spawned the back. They spawned the back.
Turn, turn.
How you fall? Nice.
Someone pick a basement.
Look over.
Pick a basement. Someone pick a basement. We're missing Jamie.
Don't chow that, Crim.
Hey, he's behind. He's behind. He's behind.
Oh, get in there.
Nice. Let's go. Let's get to the ground. Let's get to the ground.
I'm looking
I
for
have my own zip. I have my own
Crim,
zip.
sir.
Oh, he's on time. On time. He's going back steps.
Crim's
He's
on
on
back. Block. Block with him, man. And he's out of
I saw
here.
disconnected. Do you see that
GG's.
shot?
He disconnected.
No.
This gonna be a vibe.
No.
He disconnected.
No. The streak
They are disconnected.
is done.
It's the dynasty cemented.
is done.
Yeah, you get cracked in hell, bro?
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Yo,
Where is he? Get him, Hoss. Oh, it's Tailby. I fucked up.
I already got him
I'll
hostage,
knife
bro.
him
Don't
down,
worry. I
man.
already got him
That's
hostage.
actually 39. He was getting fucked on the top.
He was getting fucked on the top, bro. That shit wasn't even
Is Toby
clean.
waiting for me to end it so we can forfeit this?
Yeah, it's so dirty. It's so dirty.
No.
I mean, holy fuck. Can
Why am
we
I
fucking
so
lose a map?
That's actually stupid.
Chris, we got our revenge from the last 25
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Same. Same. No way I get finals twice. Losing finals twice, right?
That'd be insane. I'd be blaming you at that point.
Alright, you know, enter Dashi or enter Brandon, you know. You guys got the tweet
Yeah, it's not me.
for
it's,
obvious reasons.
I don't even know how to tweet like that.
Alright, I'll tweet it.
we have to hit the RT though.
I know Zach can't tweet it, so.
So this was the final bracket here for the tournament, and we saw the Celium Pred team, so the other side of Optic versus FaZe. They lost to Sib and Kismet in the first round, who then lost to Scrap and Clinics and basically Crimsix's team in the next round. Cel and Pred then eventually went down to Geo and Big Wake, so the part of the Rocker Boston duo for next season. As I say, Attach and Hixie's team made a decent run. Boozer and Nero's team, now that was one of the other teams that I was watching and keeping an eye on, because good performance from Boozer, 04, Paul X and Nero was that team, but yeah, in the end, nobody was really any match, apart from, to be fair, the Geo Awakening team early on that obviously Dashi's clutch was hugely influential in, for them to bring that back, won it 3-2, and then in the end after that, once they caught fire, no one was going to stop them, and even in the grand finals, after a good run from Crim's team, there was no other winner there in the end. There were some great moments even in that. I mean, there were probably some clips I didn't share here. For example, Dashi gets the first kill, Scrappy puts a couple of shots in, just completely spins on him. So, you know, look, Scrap didn't have the best time here, and finally, really, for Draza's point of view, he actually won one in the finals against Scrappy. Doesn't seem to happen all that often. But yeah, I think maybe Gersh was away or something and wasn't aware what was happening, so Ben, like, hit him up and basically said, hey, Crimsix's team won. Maybe he meant won a map, I don't know. So then the flank tweeted this out, that Scrap, Cleanex, and Insight had, you know, won the whole thing. Is Crimsix back at all this? Scrap with the 4-peat. Of course, turned out they didn't win, and it was actually, you know, the Optic FaZe boys that won. But as Draza says, obviously, maybe he's talking about Scrappy a little bit because they slammed him in the finals, and yeah, the FaZe Optic cheese comes through. But this team on paper would be absolutely devastating, I think. Obviously, current Optic are incredible. Obviously, current FaZe are incredible. Same story for the Thieves roster on paper. But yeah, Simp, Shotzi, Draza, and Dashi, it's difficult to do too much better than that on paper, it's got to be said. I thought it was nice to see some of the reaction here as well. So Crim came through and was like, you know, got second. My teammates played insane. Not bad for a pro race car driver, right? So Crim still got it right. I mean, he was doing well. Okay, in the finals, obviously, it was a difficult time. But he was, like, playing really well, Crim. It's actually great to see that these guys, like, they've still got it. 100% they've still got it. Like, if the Dynasty wanted to come back and play, they could still be an absolute force to be reckoned with in the league. There's no doubt in my mind about that. As Scrappy says, valiant effort. The league is in shambles if we won that. So, yeah, obviously Scrap was playing well as well, and it was cool to see the old Toronto guys together, but Crim back in the COD scene is always a good time. Might not last forever, right? Crim's obviously got things he wants to do in the racing world in the new season, but of course his season is over for racing now. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure what he's going to be doing for next year. Maybe that's going to be confirmed soon, but as and when it is, obviously we'll probably talk about it. But for now, he can just play COD and probably sim race during the day to make sure he keeps his eye in, as it were. But very much interested your thoughts, as ever, on all of this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.